Welcome everyone to this week's edition of the GSM's Pride Spotlight. This week I have Niky Kasman with me, our service support representative, as Jacqueline last week pointed out to us exactly what the title is. Is that correct?
Yes.
Niky's actually done a spotlight before, but she was actually, believe it or not, week 3, and we're now on week 46, and the old format kind of got a little bit, it was a little different. We didn't have the spotlight separated, so I wanted to go back through and do Niky's spotlight all over again. So welcome back.
Thank you. Love being back.
Good. A little different this time with the blue hair.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah? So we're going to touch on that in a minute, because you used to be a hairdresser, right?
Yep.
But let's start back from the beginning.
Okay.
Born and bred St. Louis?
Yep.
Whereabouts?
Baldwin area.
Baldwin area?
Yeah.
See, that's how long ago it is. I can't remember off this stuff. High school?
Marquette.
Oh, you did?
Mm-hmm. We were the first graduating class.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
So I definitely don't remember that, and that's good news because we sponsor Marquette now.
Yeah.
So
thanks.
there's a lot more to come with a Marquette sponsorship for sure. As you'll see in, I believe, next week's vlog.
Oh.
So you need to check that one out.
Yeah, I will.
College after that?
No, hair school.
Hair school?
Yeah.
Did you graduate hair school?
I did.
Which hair school did you go to?
Grabber.
Okay.
Yeah, I loved it.
Yeah.
It was a lot of fun.
So do you do, let's touch on that real quick. Do you mainly do men's or women's hair?
I do both.
Do you not have a preference?
No.
See, some people I know prefer to do men's, and some people prefer.
It's easier.
It is easier, isn't
and
it?
they're not as
Picky about it.
And yeah.
I know you've never cut my hair. So you do everything, styling, cutting, coloring, obviously.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love it.
And you've still been doing that all the way through.
Yeah,
Never really stopped?
Graduated from there in 2010. So worked in a salon for a little bit, and then it's like I want the money instead of somebody else. So yeah.
Just easier work for yourself.
Yeah.
Family, husband, kids?
I do. I have a husband of 14 years, and together we have a blended family. There's 4 kids. There's 3 boys and a little girl. Well, I shouldn't say little, but...
What ages are they?
So I have a son that's 19.
Wait a minute. You have a son that's 19?
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you. Yeah, and then he has a 20-year-old and a 17-year-old boy.
Okay.
And then together we have a daughter that will be 14, going on 21.
So she's not a little girl.
Yeah.
She's a little woman.
Yes. I still consider them my babies. And,
Well, I'm sure you do, but you've got all teenagers.
Mm-hmm. That's fun.
I'm sure it is.
I'll take all 3 boys, and he can have the girl. No, just play it.
So So you think that boys are easier than girls?
Oh, absolutely.
See, I've got a 4-year-old, and I haven't tasted the true depths of the female world yet.
You're in for a...
Yeah. She's bad enough now at 4. Can't imagine what she'll be like at 14.
Yep. Oh, we get in trouble.
Yeah, I am. So, any hobbies other than hairdressing outside work?
Yeah, well, I used to coach soccer, my daughter's soccer. And then, I don't know, I make crafts, mess around with different kinds of crafts.
What do you do?
The resin, epoxy resin and stuff like that. Mm-hmm.
You don't have a cricket, do you?
No.
No? You're not got into that world yet?
No, not yet.
Yeah, my wife's into that world.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people in that world, I think. Mm-hmm. So what do you make out of resin?
I've made a lot of things. I made like a healing triangle.
Yeah.
With like different gems and rocks and stuff like that. I don't know if you're into stuff like that, but like a chakra.
Yeah.
And made a couple office, like, I don't know what they are. They're little shelves. The stackable shelves, I guess I should say.
Yeah.
Made a couple of those.
Cool.
Yeah. I want to do a wooden table with
the resin in the middle?
Yeah.
Those things look cool.
Yeah. Yeah, so I'm trying to get used to...
If you could make those and sell them, they are so expensive because we've looked at maybe buying one.
Yeah.
If you try and buy one, they're ridiculous.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, so I'm trying to
but some of those,
play with it right
I'll tell you one of the funniest one I saw one time where a guy like electrocuted the wood, and it like made like a
That's
this
cool.
lining, and then he put the epoxy resin in the lining part, and that looked really cool. And then he like sanded it down and then varnished it and stuff. It looked that looked really
I
cool.
saw one of those, and I'm like,
that thing was cool. That was cool. So first job, where was your first job at?
Oh man, I think it was at Lion's Choice in Baldwin for a little bit.
You know that you're like the third or fourth person that started Lion's Choice.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh. Yeah, I was 16.
Must be a choice for a lot of people.
Oh no, you didn't.
Didn't.
You're too much.
How long were you there for?
2 years.
Okay.
Yeah.
After Lion's Choice, then where?
Then I went to Railgate. No, I take that back. I went to Balducci's. It's a restaurant. It's an off Bennington place, like out in Creve Coeur area.
Yeah.
My best friend's uncle owned it, so I worked there for about 10 years.
Really? And you nearly forgot that one?
Yeah, I know, right?
What do they do? Like grilled cheeses and stuff?
No, it's a restaurant. Like they had pizza.
What's it called?
Balducci's.
Didn't it just close?
Yeah.
Balducci's.
Been open for like 47 years.
Really? I never heard
It's
that.
like down in the basement. Like if you don't know it's there,
You'd never notice it.
yeah.
But
I mean-
I'm sure they had a following though, I'm sure.
Yeah, and they had a winery out in Augusta.
Well, that makes sense.
Yep. But it just closed. It's sad.
Hmm.
But I also worked at Royal Gate too at the same time.
So where did the hairdressing fit in?
That went in after Royal Gate.
So how long were you at Royal Gate for?
Off and on 22 years.
Really?
Yeah.
Where did you what did you do there?
And same thing I do now, answer phones,
Yeah,
and then
yeah.
I became a manager, and
When you say off and on, how does that work in a dealership?
the off and on. Well, so it was the BDC. They had a BDC set up, and then
They
it started
closed it.
going down, and so they had to cut a lot of people's hours, and so their sneaky way of getting us out is, I'll offer you a Saturday if you can only work Saturdays. Well, nobody's only going to work Saturdays, so you got to quit. So
Yeah.
therefore, they didn't want to pay you you know what I mean?
Yeah.
If I was gonna-
Forced the hand.
Yeah.
So in between then, was you doing hairdressing then?
Yeah. That's when I went into hairdressing and
So did you work in a salon at times?
in Washington.
Yeah.
Yep. I worked at Supercuts. I mean, it was fun. It was fun. It was a good group of girls, which is hard to find.
Yeah.
And I
Because
mean,
you know
of
you
course,
girls can be bitchy.
oh yeah, catty, and oh yeah, it's bad, but it was fun.
Well, I've been to a lot of salons in my time, and
Mhm.
some of the things you hear in there, you just kind of chuckle.
Yeah,
It's funny.
some petty stuff.
Yeah.
but,
And then it's always funny when you go to a specific one and then that other person's off, all they want to do is bitch about that person.
yes, yes, that's exactly it.
I'm like, okay, this is
Yeah.
what it's like all the time.
Yes, that is every day.
And then when they're there, they're like best friends.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It's funny. That's why I use a guy.
Yeah.
I don't have to listen to all that stuff. So you were off and on 20 years. Then did you come to us after Rollgate?
Did I what?
To come here after Rollgate or not?
No, I went to Travers.
Oh
in
yeah, I
Eureka.
forgot about that.
At the body shop in Eureka. Yeah. Oh my gosh, I loved it.
Yeah.
That everything I probably done, I would say that was probably my favorite job.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Wait a minute. You know who you're talking to, right?
I'm not talking like my past jobs. I was like, oh my.
I'm
yes,
kidding.
My
I'm
past
kidding.
jobs.
Way to dig yourself out
Yeah,
of that one.
No, I love it here. I do.
Yeah.
My boss is awesome. GM's kind of cool, you know, but.
Wow. I don't know if we should cut that out or leave it in.
We're leaving in girls are bitchy. We're leaving that
I didn't mean girls as generally. I meant
Way to take
in
yourself
salon-
out.
in salons. Anyway, so how long were you at Travis for?
2.5 years.
And you were kind of the same, but for the body shop there, right?
Yeah, I was at the body shop, and that shut down. So they transferred me down to service department, which was a mile down the road,
Yep.
And so I was a service advisor there for about maybe I guess 6 months then, because I was there 2.5 total. So
Who was
about
running
6
that
months.
place? Because you was at, what was it, Interstate, right? It was called Interstate, wasn't it?
No, it was Travers
Travis Interstate. Oh, was it Travis
RV.
Automotive and RV?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Yep. And then they shut down. And then here I am today.
So what year did you come here?
Hold on, I've been
16?
here 2 years.
Oh, you've been here 2 years.
Yes.
So 2019.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. And let's talk a little bit about your role here, because I kind of did the same with Jacqueline, because a lot of
Jacqueline
people.
did a spotlight?
Yeah, she
I'm
did last
proud
week.
of her. Jacqueline, I'm proud of you.
I'm not very proud that you didn't watch it.
Oh, I didn't know she
out
did
today.
I
it.
know, it came out today. It came out today.
I'm proud.
You can go back to watch it. A lot of people don't really appreciate sometimes the work level that you guys actually, or workload that you guys actually have.
Mm-hmm.
What's your day look like down there,
Well,
other than
on
chasing
busy
your
days,
tail?
yeah, right? On busy days, it's just, customers calling and asking the status of their car or booking appointments. I mean, it's crazy sometimes, but it's
Yeah.
fun,
Yeah.
Keeps you on your toes.
And you got a good relationship with Jacqueline, even though
Mm-hmm.
we've had some times there, haven't we?
Yeah.
Which
she
I
is.
talked to her about it.
Yeah, like, she's kind of, I mean, I spend more time with her than I do my family
Yeah.
sometimes, so it's kind of like I don't know. Yeah, it's a good relationship.
Yeah.
And I'm grateful and lucky because of how close we sit together down there, and it being another female, it's hard to.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good.
So you've been here 2 years. You said that this is the best place you've ever worked.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of. Because you were amazing.
I'm loving it.
What's your progression for the future? Anything?
Yeah, I do. I want to go as far as I can go.
In what direction?
Um,
Would you want to be a rider again?
I don't know about that. I've really thought about it, but it's a whole new ball game with cars, whereas RVs and stuff, it's a whole new ball game, and it's 10 times busier than.
Oh yeah, for sure. Without a
So
doubt.
I don't know.
So when you say you'd like to progress, in what kind of capacity?
I mean, whether it's here or I want to stay within the Fusz family. I loved working in a body shop. I loved it. I had a lot of fun. And I don't know.
So
Something like
potential of a body shop move maybe at some point? I'll keep that in
But
mind.
I would hate to do it though. You know what I mean? Because I like it here. I'm comfortable. It's
Yeah,
like
but
my
at the end of the
family.
day, I would never be the kind of person, as much as it sometimes you can be selfish and not want your good people to leave, I would never stand in someone's way to progress.
Right.
If they're progressing themselves, and lateral moves is one thing I'd probably block most lateral moves because it doesn't really make sense for anybody,
Yeah.
including the person that's moving. But if you were moving up, I wouldn't never stand in anyone's way.
Yeah. Yeah.
It sucks, but it just is what it is.
Right.
And at the end of the day, we've got to look at it from the network standpoint at the same time.
Right. Or, I mean, honestly, I'm just up for anything. Like, I want a challenge. I like being
We
challenged.
need porters.
I'm not going to be a
I'm
porter.
kidding. You said anything.
But I feel like I would be like,
I'm kidding.
I love the porters. I'm not saying like they're below me. That kind of came out bad. But
That's twice you've had to dig out of a hole.
Oh my gosh. Can we do a reset?
This is the fun of it.
Oh boy. Yeah.
You should count yourself lucky. You didn't. No one's ever beaten my son for coming out with the worst comment on the before. Did you ever watch that?
No.
So
What?
I asked Oliver what was the good parts of having your dad in the car industry, and he said money.
Dang.
and just flat out blurted it out.
Wow. Well, honest, I guess.
Yeah, I was like, yeah, that kind of didn't work out so well.
That's a cute answer.
Yeah, it was funny. But we kept it in there either way. Well, that's about all I've got for you, unless you've got anything else you want to talk about.
Not that I can think of. I did actually have a question.
Go.
Because I remember he was coming around that while back and was, okay, what kind of questions do you have? And I thought of it after.
Okay.
Do you, I think it was what made you stay in the United States.
Okay.
Does that make, like, do you miss home?
Yes.
Do you, like, what was it that makes you stay home? Is that too personal?
No, not at all.
Okay.
You really put me on the spot, though, because there's quite a lot of things, honestly, with the reason I stay here. Don't get me wrong, yeah, I do miss, and by the way, this is supposed to be your spotlight, not mine. But, we'll go with it. We'll go with it. But no, I appreciate you asking that question. You know, I don't want, because this is going to go out to hopefully a lot of people, but I don't want to sound like I don't like America, because that's absolutely far from the truth. But Americans are kind of very entitled and don't see really what they have. And this country, as much as it has its bad things, it's not as bad as people assume it is. And the problem is because, and again, trust me when I say this, I love American people. I love being here. Obviously, I've been here for 13 years. But American people tend to be very one-track mind, and they think that it's always the worst is on them, and they haven't got a clue around the rest. And I'm not saying I come from a bad country,
right?
Because the UK is not, but you know, taxes are very high there, and even though I think a lot has changed in the 13 years I've been here, the American dream is still real, in my opinion. You know, I came to the United States in 2008 on my own. Nothing other than myself and what I'd made, and I've made something out of myself.
Yeah.
I don't think I could have done that in the UK if it had been flipped and I came from the US, and because in the UK it's very cliquey, and there's a very different line. You know, the middle class is such a big base there. The difference between being middle class and rich is so drastic. And I'm not saying I'm rich or I'm in those circles, but here I think the lines are a little more crossed.
Yeah. Yeah.
Whereas there it's very old money and old blood and old ways of doing things.
Right.
Whereas here it's very forward thinking and it's anyone can do anything, and that's one of the reasons. Obviously another reason is my family, but if it was just down to the fact of why did I stay even before I met my wife, that's really it. I still believe that the American dream is real, and I'm not trying to boast or brag, but I'm proof of that.
Yeah.
I came here when I was 25 years old, and I've made something of myself, I believe.
Yeah, absolutely.
So yeah, that's why I stayed here.
Gotcha.
I love you guys. I love not just you, everyone here. No one's ever treated me bad here.
Yeah.
So I know you Americans have infatuations with British people. But.
You Americans.
Right.
People.
Oh, yeah.
You know, it just, you know, a couple of other things that I could go on a while about this that frustrates me a bit is I think a lot of history here gets muddled a lot of times.
Yeah.
You know, especially with diversity and racism and stuff like that. I don't really somewhat understand it from this standpoint, because this country was built upon that.
Yeah.
And it kind of confuses me a little bit at times why those things still happen when they've been through so much and done so much in this country. It's a little aggravating to me that it's such a big deal here.
Right.
Yeah. But, you know, it is what it is. I can't control it.
Yeah.
But that's why. That
Gotcha.
answers your question.
I was just curious.
Okay, well, now the spotlight got flipped onto me. I hope everyone took that the right way. No, I do love living here, and I love American people and everyone I work with and all that kind of stuff. But you know, that could be another vlog or spotlight for another day. But as always, over at Luffy's Ford, we can replace the car, not the customer. And I'll see you all next week.
Bye.
On the boats and on the planes,